Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be building a house where every room is a different Monster High movie. And we are going to start by spinning for our exterior. And we get Frights camera action. Okay, so Frights camera action takes place in Hauntlywood, their version of Hollywood. And in this movie, the girls go to Hauntlywood to hunt down the vampire queen after Draculaura is mistakenly believed to be the vampire queen. I think what I'm going to do first is create a little entryway here with the grid on and do like a little bit of a red carpet as our entryway to the house. And then for fences, I think we can use this like velvet rope since the ghouls walk the red carpet in this movie. I think we'll definitely go for a little bit more of like a modern build. And we are building on a 30 by 20 lot here in Ravenwood. And I want like theater vibes. And maybe we just like repeat this up here. I might do something like this. And I really want to use this sign from Get Famous. Okay, I think it's looking nice. I think we can platform roof like this. I'm going kind of all over the place here, but I want to add like a little bit of a porch back here. And I think too, like because they're in Hauntlywood, I would think that there would be a pool. I do think it could be cute to set up like a little movie theater out here. I kind of feel like these red ones are giving like Frights camera action vibes. We can have like a little lounger here. As far as wallpaper goes, we are in the Monster High universe, so I do want like maybe like kind of a vibrant pink exterior here. Okay, I feel like we're getting somewhere. I also think it could be cool to line this like it's like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Let's add like the big spotlights out front as well. Let's do really big windows. And I'm kind of thinking these ones from Eco Lifestyle. Because it is like Hauntlywood, I do feel like a palm tree or two could be appropriate. And then I'm going to go through and finish landscaping and we will be done with our exterior. All right, and then all lit up, cluttered, things like that. Here is our Frights camera action house. I really like the spotlights here. So we've got our red carpet and stuff here. Over here is like some of our Get Famous stuff. Back here we have our little pool area. And I did put like the vampire heart right here, the thing that they're seeking out throughout this movie. I did change up our little movie area out here and added a popcorn machine and some drinks. Up here we have a grill for them if they so choose. And then just our camera and that out here. So with our Frights camera action exterior done, we can move on to the interior and we'll spin first for a kitchen and we will get Ghouls Rule. All right, so in Ghouls Rule, there's kind of like a little war going on between monsters and humans. And in it, it's Halloween. So the ghouls can kind of go undercover and be in their monster form to try to discover who has been pitting monsters and humans against each other. So what I kind of want to do is make this kitchen half like haunted house, gimmicky Halloween kind of thing, and make half of this kitchen actually like spooky. And then hopefully we can try to bring them together somehow. So I think back in here, we do our counter. Maybe these Realm of Magic ones. I think we can do like a Realm of Magic fridge here and then a matching oven over here. So we have like this. I think we honestly may have room for a little like bar over here. Maybe we have some of these more gimmicky tables. And I want to do like Halloween party stuff here. And then for like, again, the more gimmicky side, we can do like the really fake spider webs with like these big ol' like spider decorations going on. Whereas over here, I want a lot more like genuine kind of horror aspects. All right, and then so all cluttered up, here is our Ghouls Rule kitchen. We have this side that's a little bit more human, haunted house, that like corny manufactured Halloween with the jail bars to represent what happens to Holt/Jackson. And then coming over here, we have our more spooky Monster High aesthetic. I feel like it gets tied together a little bit with the bar stools and the jack-o'-lantern here. But over here we have some aliens, some ghosts, a little magnifying glass to echo the mystery aspect of Ghouls Rule. And that is going to be it for our Ghouls Rule themed kitchen. So then we can move over here to our dining room. And for the dining room, we are going to be making it based off of Haunted. Haunted is a movie that focuses on ghosts, obviously. And in Haunted, the ghost monsters and the main ghouls who get turned into ghosts are responsible for solving a mystery taking place at a ghost school and helping save those ghost students. But it has this like blue, ghosty, dungeony aesthetic. The ghost school is very like nice. I want to do maybe a more sophisticated looking table. We could do a clear table because ghost. We can do the seance chairs. I feel like that makes sense with a movie about ghosts. And then I also feel like a ghost could be our centerpiece here. And I think we can do a lot of the specters over there. Let's get them going going in live mode. We can throw some plants back here. And what I might try to do is hide a jar in there. And then it's like we have these little ghosts like floating around in the plants. And then also chains are a very big part of this. We don't have a lot of chains here. We do have like the rain drain. And I feel like honestly, we can throw that around a few places. And then maybe more chains over here. I think it could be cool to get some graffiti in here because there is a ghost that does a lot of graffiti in this movie. And then I'll go through and finish this clutter, but honestly, I feel like we are in a pretty good spot. All right, and then cluttered up and everything, here is our haunted themed dining room. I added the desk for Spectra to do research at, as well as a little table here for Porter to paint. We've got our ghost here, and then up in the floor, we have this fog coming through. It moves around, and I think it just adds a nice little like ghostly glow to our dining room. And then over here, we have our ghosts, our specters, and then I did just put like the ghost gnome up there, like he's being trapped by the chains. And if you're curious about the fog, what I did was build a basement, oh gosh, and put a lot of these bubble blowers down there because here they make bubbles, but they also have this like steam. All right, so out of there, we can move next door into our living room. And spinning for our living room, we are going to get Boo York, Boo York. All right, so Boo York, Boo York is the best Monster High movie. And if you disagree, honestly, I feel like I don't even have to like finish that sentence because nobody disagrees. That is the best Monster High movie. It's a musical and literally every song is a banger. And it follows the Monster High ghouls in Boo York. And there are a lot of like subplots in this movie. So Caddy is trying to like find her sound again, start making music. Cleo is going through some relationship and family issues. I chose this like moon wallpaper because there is an asteroid flying to Earth also that people have to stop, the ghouls who are left back at Monster High. So really there is like a lot happening, but it flows together really, really well. I think it would be really cool if we sized up this cityscape statue and put it in the background here. Okay, like that looks cool. And then instead of like a traditional TV stand, I want to do like a stage here. I think up here we maybe have room for this like humongous TV. I mean, we could do like this fancier table here. I do maybe want to add like the space rock up here to symbolize like the asteroid. Maybe like the little street performer area for Pharaoh. I for sure want the amps in here. And over here we can do like a guitar, maybe a keyboard. We can do like a little engagement ring here. I might take the UFO and see how small I can get it and just put it like floating above in here. And we can do like the city snow globe here. All right, and so all cluttered up and everything, here is our Boo York themed living room. I think this is actually kind of fun. It's definitely out there in terms of like aesthetics, but I did tell y'all there are a lot of like B plots going on in this movie, but I do really like the cityscape wall here. I like that we were able to fit instruments and everything in here, so that will be it for our Boo York living room. I also wanted to point out really quickly that I changed part of our Ghouls Rule kitchen because a lot of it does take place in like the normie high school. So I kept some of the Halloween decorations because that's relevant to the plot, but I gave them this like high school cafeteria bar instead of the actual bar. I also wanted to point out, since it was not active earlier, that we did add this little light here. All right, and now we're going to spin for our study. And we get Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love? Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love is also often considered one of the best Monster High movies. And Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love takes place at the school. I think I want to make this look kind of like the catacombs. And in this movie, Draculaura is having her sweet 1600 birthday party. And we find out her ex-boyfriend Valentine actually created Valentine's Day for her on her birthday. And in this movie, Valentine comes back trying to win Draculaura over. And at the same time, she and the other girls are really trying to get Claude to be a little bit more romantic. We'll start and get our desk. I feel like this desk is something that like Draculaura would use, and we can do like the heart chair with it. And then let's put some bookshelves just along the wall here. Let's do like the cute heart end tables here. Okay, we can do this for our cake. We can do the little like bruised heart here with the heart shelf. I want to do a few jars up here to symbolize like Valentine's heart collection. Also, Draculaura really wants a car for her birthday. Like she's taking her driver's test, so maybe we stick one of those there. For Draculaura, let's do like gifts for her birthday. We can stick some of these Valentine's decorations around. I do want to add the like quote unquote box of junk from Claude. Like this box I feel like is perfect. So we've got these going on too to represent that part. And then they do dance at the end. And I might honestly use the minimalist dance floor in here. So it shows up here in build mode, but in live mode, they can just come dance. And then all cluttered up, here is our Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love theme study. We have a lot of our Easter eggs over here on the desk with the car, the cake, the hearts. Back here we have our bookshelves, our little present corner for Draculaura. And then here on this table, we just have a few more nods to the movie, to C.A. Cupid, to Claude, the vampire lamp. And that will be it for the Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love study. Very happy with how this room turned out. So with that done, we can move over here to our guest bedroom. And spinning for our guest bedroom, we get Scaris City of Frights. All right, so now we're building our Scaris themed guest bedroom. So in Scaris, as you could probably guess, the girls head to Scaris, their version of Paris, because Claudine gets a fashion design internship. And while they are there, Rochelle looks for a lost love, and Claudine and the ghouls find out that her fashion internship isn't necessarily exactly what it seems, and unravel sort of the mystery there. I'm thinking like a purple bed because of Claudine. I might just go for this one and stick it right here by the window. And like weird as it is, I definitely want to have a few mannequins in here. We can do like one of these with a like mirror wall. We'll definitely add like the cross stitch box in here too, so she can sew clothes. I would also love to put this like sewer grate somewhere. It's like it's a deceptively like large part of the movie. Maybe literally just like at the foot of the bed. I think because they're traveling, some of these like suitcase end tables could be cute. I also think suitcases make sense in a guest bedroom. I do want to go in and get some Scaris photos from the gallery here. All right, we've got a bunch of like clothing and makeup clutter up there. I think we can definitely put like this skull-shaped gemstone here as a reference to Scalita, and then like this dragon statue here as a reference to Jennifer. Okay, and then all cluttered up, here is our Scaris guest bedroom. We've got a lot of the fashion art, some Paris art, and then over here our little fashion section with the mannequins and the little like fashion podium. We have the sewer there. And I used like Claudine's actual Scaris outfit and then just like one I think I could see her designing. And so with that room complete, we can move to our last room on this floor, which is going to be our bathroom. And spinning for the bathroom, we are going to get Freaky Fusion. Okay, so in Freaky Fusion, 8 of the girls go through this like time travel machine and end up fused together. So they end up going like back in time to help Frankie with her genealogy project. And they also end up getting turned into completely new ghouls, fusions of 2 of the characters. So I think maybe what I want to do in here is like mix aesthetics and have like half of this tiny bathroom be like older looking and have half of it be like modern. Okay, if we can fit it, what I might do is have our wormhole generator here be like our portal from the past to the present. What if we put the portal like around this clock? Like, is this giving time machine? I feel like it kind of is. You know what? I almost wonder if we put this up on a platform, and here we do a little bit more of like an older looking bathroom. And then over here we go extra modern and use the like sleek bathroom kit. We have like 2 very opposite aesthetics here. Freaky Fusion, I think, is a hard movie to do. We can do a column here as a divider. All right, and then here is this room so far. Truthfully, not my favorite yet, but I'll go in and add the clutter. All right, and all cluttered up, here is our Freaky Fusion bathroom. On this side, we have that like old-timey past aesthetic, some more used furniture. And then over here, we have a little bit more modern of a bathroom, a modern toilet. And then our focal point here, this is my like attempt at recreating the time machine portal. This is kind of what we ended on. And so with our bottom floor completed, we can go upstairs and do our master bedroom. Okay, then spinning for our master bedroom, we get Escape from Skull Shores. So Escape from Skull Shores is a beach-themed movie, so I think I want to do the sand in here. Although there's also some jungle, so I might go in and get like a like grassy green rug for some part of it. And in this movie, the ghouls are going to this great Scarier Reef on vacation when they get shipwrecked on Skull Shores. And Skull Shores ends up definitely kind of a theme, actually, it seems like with the Monster High movies, being a lot more than just what meets the eye. There is not only a mystery to kind kind of solve, but there are people who need like rescuing. We have this cave opening that comes with werewolves. It is humongous, but I think this room is pretty big, so we might be able to put it there. Okay, wait, we also have this cave opening, which is a little bit smaller. Okay, I need to make sure I get my bedroom items in here. However, it'd be cool to get like the ship in here. The only problem is because these ship pieces are so big, they aren't like going onto the ground like I want them to. We do have this like shipwreck item. Will that go where we want it to? Okay, yeah, this will, but again, it's humongous. What if we do put the shipwreck there and then we fit our bed here? I think maybe the island living one makes sense here. What's nice actually is I think we can put a lot of the shipwreck into the wall because it goes into our ceiling, so it's not like we have to worry about it coming into the next room. We do need a dresser and a mirror. I'm thinking this one that kind of looks like a treasure crate, and then like an older piratey looking mirror. I feel like for a lamp, we could do these like torches. If we could also get a statue, that would be cool because they do have statues all over the island that look like Frankie. Because it's our master bedroom, I would love to put a TV in here, like maybe just here above the cave. We can do a little waterfall wall here, and we could also do like just a chair over here to chill in. I like these ones that kind of like look like coconuts. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is our Escape from Skull Shore's bedroom. We've got the statue, the shipwreck, the waterfall wall, and then over here some more of our bedroom things, the dresser and mirror. We've got a TV and our little like Skull Shore's cave thing. And then over here just some posters alluding to like the shadiness that goes on, as well as the fountain and a plant. And like the shipwreck being in here definitely makes the room weird, but I'm glad we fit one in here somehow because I think it really like ties together that Skull Shore's theme. So then we can move forward, and I'll actually do the bathroom next since it's also connected to the master bedroom. And for the bathroom, we are going to get New Ghoul at School. So New Ghoul at School is actually the first ever Monster High movie, but this movie follows Frankie as she attends her very first day at Monster High. There is not like a ton to say about this movie. I don't even think it's like an hour long. I do think I'm going to make kind of like a traditional high school bathroom then. I do think we can put some lockers in though, and they're huge, so I want to be able to fit one, but I want to do a bathroom stall. I feel like a pink one is cool. For sinks, I feel like we could do two of these and then do a pink in like a matching color to the stall. Okay, wait, this is turning out kind of cute. And then I think we could fit like a tub / shower here. And then this will be our loose New Ghoul at School bathroom, and I'll go in and finish the clutter. All right, and then we didn't need to do much, but all cluttered, here's our New Ghoul at School bathroom. I tried to do a mix of like things we actually need for a functional master bathroom, and then also things that were reflective of New Ghoul at School. And so with our bathroom here done, let's move into our game room actually. That's gonna be right here. And for our game room, we are going to get Friday Night Frights. So Friday Night Frights is a movie where the girls join the Scream team, I think it's called. It's roller derby. They join the roller derby team, and like there's pushback because girls aren't supposed to be playing roller derby, and the ghouls are trying to prove that like they are just as able to play roller derby as anybody else. There is also like rival roller derby teams that are not always playing fair and honest, so the ghouls have to help figure that out. And they do need to actually win the Scream tournament in order to keep like Monster High school spirit alive, so there's a lot of pressure on them that way. I'm going to first and foremost throw our arcade machine in here. I cannot believe that fits perfectly. We're gonna take it. I would love to throw like a little like roller rink in here, but the roller rinks are so big, like there is no way one is fitting in here. Okay, what if instead of a roller skating rink, we put in a dance floor like this, and then maybe we will section it off so it kind of looks like a roller derby rink. We could throw a dartboard in here too. And then maybe since they're like showing their strength and doing athletics, we can put a punching bag in here as well. So then this will be kind of our loose game room, and I will go clutter it up. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is our Friday Night Frights game room. I think the art really helps here in like emphasizing what movie we're going off of here. And like, I know this is a dance floor, but my hope is with the sign and everything, it kind of looks like a small little skating rink. Over here, we've got speakers and a dartboard. So just a fun little room for them. And then we can move on here to our teenager bedroom. And spinning for our teen bedroom, we get Great Scarier Reef. So in Great Scarier Reef, this is a movie like primarily focused on Laguna. The ghouls get sort of transported to the Great Scarier Reef, and Laguna has to reconnect with kind of her old frenemy with some stage fright. And all the ghouls are turned into different kinds of like fish for this movie. It's a really cool aesthetic. I maybe want to use like this mirror in here. I chose this bed, and then I'm just using like a bunch of Island Living debug landscaping in this room. I feel like we could use this like coral as our like end tables. And I think we could do this coral here, this like brain coral. And my hope is if we potentially put a poof in here, that maybe it will be like sittable. Yes, okay, we have the seat in there, and then it's like we have this little like brain coral chair. I think that is really cute. I do want to put like the bubble vent under the bed. I think maybe this rug could be pretty under the bed. Or honestly, we could do a splash pad under the bed as our rug. Oh, I'd love to give her this table. I do think too it could potentially be cool to do an aquarium like this, like everything is coming out of the dresser. This will kind of be our loose Great Scarier Reef teen bedroom, and then I will go in and finish cluttering. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is our Great Scarier Reef room. We added the mermaid plant and then some music. There is a minimalist dance floor down here because in the movie, we learned that Laguna did used to dance. We've got the bubbles going on, our mirror here, and I'll bring our test sim in, but I am literally obsessed with like the way we turn this coral into a little chair like that. I think that is so cute. And then over here, we have like the live fish and coral sitting above our dresser. All right, so then moving on from our teen bedroom, we can go next door and do our kids' bedroom. And spinning for our kids' bedroom, we get Fright On. Okay, so Fright On is one of the earlier movies, and in this movie, Monster High is integrating a werewolf school and a vampire school, and they definitely like have issues with each other, and then they learn to sort of work out their differences. So what I want to do here is make this like a kid's room for maybe like twins, where one is a vampire and one is a werewolf, and luckily we have packs for both of those occults. We can try to like integrate them more in the middle. So like these are technically from vampires, but I feel like they look like columns that would just be in Monster High. Okay, this is definitely a toddler bed, but it would be so cute to do that one and like the werewolves one. But I feel like I should be using kids' beds instead. We're gonna make them toddlers. I might give them like opposing dressers. So like this is technically from werewolves, but we can put it on the vampire side. And this is from vampires, and we can put it on the werewolf side. The werewolves can obviously have the moon mirror, and I think the vampire can do this bat mirror here. I want to do like a void critter battle station, so like they can come and play this together. And then like the werewolf can have the little bat plushie, so it is like they're getting to know each other a little bit. I might actually layer some rugs. So we have this rug from vampires that I might just do like that, and then we can do a werewolves one over the top of that. I kind of love this item because it is from vampires, but the bat sort of looks like a wolf. I do think we could put like this werewolf mural behind the bed. We could throw like one of these down for them to sit on. Let's add the same type of toy at the end of the vampire's bed. This one's looking a little rough because we had to size it up. That's all right. We could put like the friendship bracelet making kit right here next to this seat. Like maybe that's the craft they do there. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is our Fright On themed kids room. So over here we have a lot of our vampire clutter, but we do have the werewolves dresser and the werewolves toy. And then moving over, also our columns are there. I don't know why they go away when we zoom in, but and then over here we have our werewolf side, but with the vampire plushie and vampire dresser. And I like that both sides have like the canopy bed, the toy box, things like that. I love that they can both sit here and do void critters and make the friendship bracelets. And I think too, the rugs do a good job creating some cohesion between both sides of the room. And so with that done, we can move over to our nursery, which is going to be 13 Wishes themed, since that is the only movie we have left. And 13 Wishes is a movie where Howleen discovers a genie and is granted 13 wishes. But Howleen is kind of feeling really isolated, really rejected at the time. And so her wishes don't always come with the best intentions, and therefore they have some negative consequences. And then because of that, the main ghouls get trapped inside the lamp, and they have to kind of figure out how to save the day from that. I want to do the sand because of the lamp. And then for a nursery, we definitely want to do a bassinet that has like the canopy over it. Ooh, like we have this one from Realm of Magic magic that's really pretty. We also do need a changing table. And I feel like this one is definitely the most like 13 wishes-y. We have this lamp that's called the Stubborn Genie's Wall Lamp. And it comes in like that golden purple. Hang on, I might want to add multiple of these. Okay, wait, now that I am thinking about it, we also have this actual like magic carpet rug that I think is a little bit more the aesthetic here. Oh my gosh, wait, this tea set kind of looks like a genie lamp. Let's set that there for now. Okay, wait, I'm obsessed with this light. I feel like this toy, for whatever reason, is giving 13 wishes. We could do this like play mat that's like that purplish color. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is our 13 Wishes nursery. Trying to mix together some of that like mystical genie element along with the cute nursery like storybook aspect. I really like the magic carpet on the ground. I think that makes like a big difference. And with our nursery complete, that is going to be it for our Every Room is a Different Monster High movie in The Sims 4. I really had a lot of fun making this build. Monster High is always something that has been very near and dear to my heart. So let me know in the comments what room was your favorite, what Monster High movies are your favorite. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to leave a like or a comment and subscribe for more videos like these and to see all my other videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.